NVIDIA, the power behind the AI revolution. Most people think NVIDIA builds graphics cards, hardware, gaming technology, high-performance chips. But that's not where NVIDIA's real power comes from. NVIDIA doesn't just build components, it builds infrastructure. And infrastructure changes everything. From gaming company to strategic foundation, NVIDIA's early success came from gaming. Graphics processing units designed to render complex visuals faster than traditional CPUs. At first, this looked like a niche advantage. Better graphics, smoother gameplay, more immersive experiences. But hidden inside that innovation was something much larger. Parallel processing, the ability to perform thousands of calculations simultaneously. What gamers saw as realism, researchers began to see as possibility. Here's where the story shifts. NVIDIA didn't just create faster hardware, it accidentally built the ideal architecture for artificial intelligence. The shift nobody expected. Artificial intelligence relies on massive computational workloads. Training neural networks requires processing enormous data sets. Traditional CPUs struggle with this type of parallel computation. GPUs thrive on it. Suddenly, NVIDIA's gaming hardware became the backbone of machine learning. What began as entertainment technology transformed into scientific infrastructure. Not because NVIDIA changed industries, but because the industry evolved toward NVIDIA. This is a rare strategic position. Instead of chasing trends, you become essential when trends arrive. CUDA, the real strategic weapon. Most discussions about NVIDIA focus on hardware, but hardware alone doesn't create dominance. Software ecosystems do. NVIDIA built CUDA, a programming framework allowing developers to harness GPU power directly. This changed everything. Developers didn't just buy NVIDIA chips. They built systems around them. Applications optimized for CUDA became dependent on NVIDIA architecture. Switching away became difficult, not because alternatives didn't exist, but because ecosystems create inertia. And inertia creates power. This is ecosystem lock-in, and it is one of the strongest competitive advantages in modern technology. AI acceleration and structural dependency. As artificial intelligence exploded into mainstream relevance, demand for computational power surged. Data centers needed acceleration. Research labs needed training infrastructure. Technology companies needed scalable AI performance. NVIDIA wasn't just participating, it became the default. The company's GPUs became essential components for training large language models, running simulations, and powering advanced analytics. What looks like rapid growth from the outside is actually years of positioning coming into alignment. Most companies chase demand. NVIDIA positioned itself before demand existed. The economics of compute power is becoming a fundamental resource, like electricity, like bandwidth, like oil in the industrial era. AI development depends on access to processing power, and NVIDIA sits at the center of that supply chain. This creates leverage through necessity. When infrastructure becomes essential, pricing power increases, margins expand, and competitors struggle to catch up. This is structural dominance, and structural dominance is difficult to disrupt. Ecosystem reinforcement. NVIDIA's advantage isn't just its hardware performance, it's the integration of multiple layers, hardware design, software frameworks, developer tools, cloud partnerships, research adoption. Each layer reinforces the next. The more developers build using NVIDIA tools, the harder it becomes to replace. This is not accidental. It is strategic ecosystem expansion, and ecosystems grow stronger over time. Invisible power. Unlike consumer brands that compete for attention, NVIDIA's influence operates behind the scenes. Most users never interact directly with NVIDIA products, but the applications they use rely on systems powered by NVIDIA infrastructure. This creates a unique form of dominance: quiet, structural, essential, power that exists without constant visibility. And invisible power tends to last longer because it isn't dependent on trends. The AI gold rush artificial intelligence represents one of the largest technological shifts in decades. Companies across industries are racing to adopt AI capabilities. Automation, data analysis, generative models, simulation environments all require compute, and compute requires acceleration. NVIDIA didn't just enter the AI race, it built the tools everyone else needs to compete. When a company sells picks and shovels during a gold rush, it profits regardless of who finds gold. Strategic discipline. NVIDIA's growth appears explosive, but the foundation was built slowly. Years of research, developer relationships, software investment, hardware iteration. What looks like sudden dominance is actually delayed compounding. The market simply caught up to NVIDIA's positioning. This is a lesson in long-term strategy. Position first, scale later. Competition and future pressure. No dominant company remains unchallenged. Competitors are building alternative architectures. Cloud providers are investing in proprietary chips. Open-source frameworks continue evolving. But replacing entrenched infrastructure requires more than innovation. It requires migration, and migration carries cost. This gives NVIDIA time, and time strengthens ecosystems. The real strategy NVIDIA didn't win by building the best graphics card. It won by becoming the foundation others rely on. It turned hardware into infrastructure, infrastructure into ecosystems, and ecosystems into dependency. Closing insight. NVIDIA's dominance isn't about AI hype. It's about positioning. Years before artificial intelligence became mainstream, NVIDIA built the computational architecture that made it possible. Today, AI feels like a revolution. But revolutions require infrastructure, and NVIDIA became the infrastructure. Power doesn't always come from visibility. Sometimes it comes from being the system everything else runs on.